Welcome back to Transforming Suffering. Some connections in life seem simple at first glance, but when we look deeper, we realize they are woven from lifetimes of karma. A baby is born. With that very first cry comes joy, worry, and all the dreams parents haven't yet dared to name. But have you ever wondered why this child, and not someone else, came into your life? Why do some children seem sweet, kind, and thoughtful from the start, while others are difficult, rebellious, or even hurtful to their parents? According to the Buddha, there is no such thing as a random encounter, especially not between parent and child. Every child comes into our lives to continue an unfinished karmic bond from a previous life. Some come to repay kindness, some come with resentment, some return a debt. Others come to collect it. Some children come as gentle rain, others as storms we never saw coming. In the Samyukta Agama Sutra, the Buddha taught, for countless lifetimes, all beings have been fathers, mothers, children, or kin to one another. That means the child you raise today may once have been your parent, or someone you once hurt, or once gave your life to protect. So before you blame your child for being stubborn or ungrateful, pause, because maybe they are here to help you repay a karmic debt. And maybe this is your chance to transform it with compassion and wisdom. In the next part, we'll explore 3 kinds of children as described in Buddhist teachings, and why some arrive as a blessing, while others come as the greatest spiritual lesson you'll ever face. In various sutras, the Buddha spoke of 3 types of children a parent may encounter in this life. These types aren't based on wealth, appearance, or success, but on deep karmic ties from past lifetimes. 1. The superior born. These children are kind by nature. Even without strict parenting, they grow up to be wise, hardworking, and respectful. They don't just reflect good parenting, they reflect spiritual merit carried over many lives. They come like sunlight into a home. Even in poverty or through illness, they bring peace, support, and joy to their parents. Perhaps in a past life, parent and child were spiritual companions, helping one another on the path. Now, the child returns as a quiet blessing. The dependent born. These children aren't naturally virtuous, but with loving guidance, discipline, and moral grounding, they learn to listen and blossom. They're like seeds needing care. Not too good, not too bad, but with patient love, they grow. This too is a fortunate connection, because it builds character through shared effort and transformation. 3. The inferior born. Some children seem oppositional from the very beginning. No matter how much you give, teach, or sacrifice, they rebel. They hurt the very people who raised them. Many parents with tears in their eyes ask, "How could my own child turn against me? Why does my child treat me like an enemy?" Buddhism offers a perspective. Perhaps they didn't come to receive your love. They came to demand a debt, or worse, to settle a karmic score. Maybe you once caused pain to their soul in another life, and now they've returned in the form of your child. So, what should a parent do? Don't hate, because hate deepens the karmic wound. Instead, see it as a spiritual lesson, an opportunity for repentance, healing, and release through compassion. The Buddha taught, to know your past life, look at your present actions. To know your future life, look at what you're doing now. So raise your child mindfully. Whether they are superior, dependent, or inferior, they are still a soul, searching for the light. In the next part, we'll look deeper into the reasons why a child may come to repay kindness, demand a debt, or exact revenge, and how to navigate these karmic ties with grace. In Buddhist wisdom, a child is never just flesh and blood. Every soul that enters your life carries a reason. And sometimes, it's not a pleasant one. Some children come to repay kindness. You don't need to push. They already walk the right path. You don't need to give too much. They fill your heart with joy. They arrive like morning light, grateful, helpful, and loving by nature. Some come to settle scores. They may be cold, distant, or even cruel. It's not that you failed as a parent, but because between your souls, there's an unresolved karmic wound. Some children come to repay a debt. They are gentle, responsible, and hardworking. From a young age, they support the family, shoulder burdens, and live with quiet grace, as if they were born to give back what was once given to them. Sometimes, after fulfilling their role, they leave. A sudden illness, a tragic accident. Not because you're unlucky, but because the karma is complete and the bond has closed. Then there are those who come to collect a debt, sickly, fragile, or in constant need. Their presence tests your endurance, your savings, your heart. They cannot help you, yet you cannot let them go. It's not that you chose the wrong child. It may be you're repaying what was once owed. Some debts begin with a bowl of rice and are paid with an entire youth. Some begin with a broken promise and are paid with a lifetime of sacrifice. To know this is not to become cold, but to let the heart release resentment and replace it with conscious love. A Zen master once said, "Don't ask why your child mistreats you. Ask if, in another life, you might have done the same to them." And if the answer is yes, then maybe this painful bond is your chance to untie the knot and begin again. In the next part, we'll hear real stories from everyday people who walked through these karmic storms and found peace through compassion, insight, and sometimes tears. A father once shared, "My son never listened. He acted out, dropped out of school, even stole money from his mother. I used to ask myself, what did I do to deserve this child?" Then one day he heard a Dharma talk. The teacher said, "If your child brings you suffering, maybe you're returning the pain you once caused their soul in another lifetime." That day, he began to change. He blamed less, controlled less, started listening more, forgiving more, and silently praying for his child's liberation. And slowly, the son began to change too. Not perfect, but less defiant, more tender, sometimes even apologizing. Could it be that karma, when met with compassion, begins to dissolve? Another story of a single mother. Her daughter was born frail, always in and out of hospitals. Every dollar earned went to medicine and care. Some days the mother felt like giving up, but each time she looked at her sleeping child, peaceful as an angel, she would whisper to herself, "Maybe in a past life she suffered because of me. Now it's my turn to carry the weight." She didn't repay the debt with bitterness, but with a love that asked for nothing, no recognition, no reward, only the quiet strength of unconditional care. One day the little girl asked, "Mom, why do you still smile even though you work so hard?" And her mother simply said, "Because I know I'm repaying a debt that belongs to me, and I believe peace will come after the pain." People like her are not weak. They are warriors on the silent path of karmic redemption. So, if you are a parent to a difficult child, take a moment. Ask yourself, is this soul here because of something from our shared past? Is this my chance to repay, to forgive, or to finally break the karmic cycle? And if the answer is yes, then every quiet act of love, a meal, a hug, a moment of patience, becomes a seed for future peace. As the Buddha said, hatred does not end hatred. Only compassion can end the hatred of past lives. In a Dharma talk, the Buddha once said, "For all of time, beings have wandered through rebirth, and no one has not been our parent, child, or kin." He called this the infinite web of karma, and family is where those karmic threads weave themselves into form and can finally be untangled. You didn't choose your child didn't choose you, but both of you made a promise to each other in a time beyond memory. Maybe it was a debt, maybe a vow, maybe a wound not yet healed. And now, reunited as parent and child, you are offered one more chance to transform that story with love and understanding. A family is not where we achieve success as society defines it. It's where the soul learns what it truly came here to learn: patience, letting go, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Your child doesn't need to become a genius. They just need to grow up in a space of wisdom, listening, and compassion. And you don't need to be a perfect parent. You only need to live each day with awareness and realize, I am not the owner of my child. I am simply walking beside them on their karmic path. Maybe today your child has disappointed you, but what if the very moment you refused to give up on them was the moment an ancient knot of suffering began to loosen? And maybe someday, the very child you once called your burden will return to you, arms open, tears falling, and say, "Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad, for not giving up on me, even when I wasn't easy to love." And in that moment, you'll understand, family is not just a place where bodies are raised. It is where karmic wounds are healed, and the future is reborn in love. And in that moment, you'll smile, as someone who has passed the most sacred class of all, the class called parenthood. Thank you for listening all the way through. If these words touched your heart, please share them, so another mother or father might look at their child with understanding. And who knows, just a little wisdom today might rescue a lifetime of suffering from the past. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.